Hey, Nick. Until yesterday, it had been quite a while since you had a sack. Obviously, you've had, some pressures and some hits over the last few weeks, but I'm curious, as you've settled into playing full time this year, what's the mental process been like of playing through, a dry spell, at least in terms of sacks like that, and trying to stay, even keeled, whether sacks are coming in bunches or not.
Yeah, and obviously, the sacks are great to have. That's what we, strive for going on the field every day. But just talking with the older guys in my group and just talking with the coaches, if they knew it was coming for me, just as long as I kept doing what I was doing every week, just kept, getting around quarterbacks, kept being disruptive. There's been times where I've been close, but just haven't been able to, get to them. And they said just keep working, it's gonna come. So I never really stressed about it. Just I had to just keep working for sure.
Go ahead, Ryan.
What's going on, Nick? I want to ask just how impactful has the defensive line been during this win streak? Like guys like Zach Allen, DJ Jones, and the guys up front.
Yeah, I mean, just those guys, those guys, they work all game, man. Just being able to defend the run, when they're in there, be disruptive. In the last couple games, especially last game, the big guys got a lot of turnovers. And then obviously, what Zach can do in the pass rush, is really good. He's one of the best in our league when it comes to interior guys that can rush. So, I mean, there's a lot of different, guys that can bring a lot of different things in that group. So I'm just happy with how all of them are playing.
Go ahead, Mike.
Yeah, Nick, I was wondering about the more you play, the more offensive tackles you play against. Are there certain types of offensive tackles that are more difficult than others? Who have been some of the more difficult offensive tackles that you've gone against, and what do you prefer, I guess?
I mean, I don't think there's anybody I would prefer. I feel like, there's a lot of good tackles in this league, a lot of good guys. Obviously, when you play a freak like the one we just played, 6'8", 370, I mean, that's going to be a challenge on its own. So just, playing against that, Dewan, he was a pretty big guy. He gave a lot of challenges, obviously, with his size. You're not going to see that many tackles like that in the league. So
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, Nick, thanks for doing this call. I'm hoping I can throw two things at you. The first one is obviously you guys have forced a ton of turnovers in recent games. What are some of the drills in practice that you guys do that maybe help you become such a good team at getting takeaways?
Yeah, and the credit goes to BJ. I mean, every Thursday we always have a takeaway circuit to begin like individual periods. So we'll go through that, and then just with every team period throughout the week, coaches always make a big emphasis on, whether it's stripping the ball or when the ball's in the air, making sure we're making a play, or even little things when it may be an incompleted pass or a batted ball, just making sure that we pick up every ball that's on the floor. So, I mean, that's a big credit to, Coach BJ and what he's doing.
And second thing I wanted to throw at you is, what do you think of the NFL schedule makers sending you guys on the road now 3 straight games? How much of a challenge is that?
I mean, personally, I know a lot of guys that like being able to go and play on the road anyway. Just being able to, go to different places and being able to play at another team's place. So it's going to be definitely a challenge, these next 3 weeks. But I feel like we've overcame a lot already, and that's just going to be another thing, another challenge for us as a team. So
Go ahead, Eric.
Nick, you guys are 6-5 and tied for that last wild card spot. How do you avoid looking too far ahead to the postseason, and what has Sean's message been to you guys?
Yeah, and that's the thing. You can't look too far ahead. You just want to take it one day, one game at a time. And, I feel like that's really been the message, just worrying about, next practice, and then keep going on to that. And obviously we'll get to the game when it comes. But, I mean, it all starts during the week. We can't look too far ahead, like you said.
Let's go to Troy.
Nick, with the amount of takeaways you guys have gotten over the win streak, especially the last 4 games, I see you guys talking, you're animated. I mean, there's like a swag to this defense. How is that kind of manifesting itself? Like, we're not used to seeing a group fly around like this. Do you guys feel it on the field? What is it like being on this group with it's like an attitude is developed?
Yeah, I feel like it's just a love that we all have for each other. I mean, it's just everybody's willing to play for one another. You know, we've had so much hardship throughout the beginning of the year, and I feel like all that stuff has just made us closer and brought us closer, not only as a defense, but as a team. So, I mean, that type of stuff, it brings guys together, and you can tell that we're all just playing for each other out there. We're all wanting us to make big plays, and, you know, whenever we do, we're ready to celebrate.
Go ahead, Brandon.
Kind of picking up on that, you talk about the hardship, and everyone wants to point to the game in Miami. I guess one, how surprised is it that you guys have come together, and how nice is it to have the success? Because I keep seeing the number. You guys have given up 80 points in the last 5 games in the win streak, after obviously 70 in one game.
Yeah, and it's really crazy because, as crazy as it sounds, like we never really like wavered from what we know we can be. Just so many times, like VJ has came into meetings and he says we're close, and I know the scores weren't really showing that we were close, but I mean, just looking at the film, there were so many things that we were doing wrong that can be like, damn, like that could have helped, you know, change the game. Where, you know, we're this close away from being a really good defense and the defense that we know that we can be. And I feel like we've been doing that in these, you know, this stretch of games, just limiting these mistakes on the field and being able to play team ball, and it's showing right now. So
We've got time for just a couple more for Nick. Go ahead, Parker.
Yeah, Nick, you talked some about the credit that you think VJ deserves for this turnaround, and I'm curious, what was it about the way he handled the struggles at the start of the season that you appreciated, and you feel like, you know, other guys on the defense appreciated?
I just appreciate how he stuck with us. I mean, everybody could look to him when he said, after the Miami game, we still can be an elite defense, and everybody could look at him crazy. But I mean, nobody ever wavered, man. We all believed, you know, what he was saying, and, you know, we all knew the type of defense we can be. And, you know, he just kept going with us. He kept sticking with us, and, you know, we kept following his plan every week, and now we're reaping the benefits of it. So, I mean, it's all credit to him. He believed in us, and, you know, for that, we gained more confidence each week, and now we're playing at a really high level right now.
Go ahead, Ryan.
Hey, Nick, you're at 7 sacks so far this season, and the Broncos haven't had someone reach a double-digit sack total, I think, since Von Miller and Bradley in 2018. Kind of, what would that mean to you if you were able to, like, reach that mark this year?
It would definitely mean a lot to me. You know, obviously that's a dream, you know, going into a season is, you know, being able to reach double-digit sacks. But, you know, like I was saying earlier, you know, I just got to take it, you know, one game at a time. You know, continue to follow in the pass rush plan every week, and, you know, making sure that I'm hunting, you know, smartly with the guys, you know, that we're playing against and with. So, I mean, just continuing to work and just be smart in my rushes.
Do we have anything else for Nick? Parker, do you have one more, or are you good? Going once?
No, I'm good.
Okay, going twice. All right, Nick, thanks so much. We appreciate you joining us.
So I appreciate you.